Hello Commanders, Pro-Tah-Zzio here, back with a new video. This time we'll be featuring a battle in the Sandbox version for Heroes testing. I'm faced with actually one of my friends, that's why I didn't have their profile shown here on this video. So I start off with a triple barracks opening, and I proceeded to collect containers using the rifleman and also gold scouting or gold boosting the infantry scouting. And after container collection, what I did is I put my rifleman hidden on the upper right hand corner and the lower right hand corner of the map, so that when this big container spawn, I'll be able to easily collect it. So just like as you've seen, I was able to immediately collect that big container on the upper right hand portion of this map. So this map is actually a good map since there's a hill in the middle. So what I'll aim for is to get control over that hill, so I'll be able to observe the enemy's movements, or at least limit them. So I'll always be able to respond with enough time as they move. So now I already have one of the heroes out, Wasp. So I'll be using Wasp to kill this cyclone, this pesky cyclone that's scouting my base. I'll also do the same thing and use the Wasp to scout the enemy base. We have unlimited boost here, and there's about 30 boost of each color, of each boost available to you to use on each battle, and they refresh every time. As you see here, the blue player doesn't have any air defenses, so he's finding my Wasp a bit annoying. So after that cyclone comes out, I pull my Wasp back on top of the hill, so I'll be able to support it with that porcupine. So you can see I continue to harass on the enemy, and then finally get that cyclone taken out with a dragonfly and with another porcupine. So here we see that the Seraphim is already out as well. So my dragonfly had to die there because of the air defense and because of Seraphim. Seraphim has a really high damage output, so we don't want to be caught in the crossfire. As you can see, he's trying to advance, but I already have a mammoth positioned to bombard them in case they try to go up the hill. I'm trying to add more units up on the hill, so I'll be able to easily control it. So right now I only positioned my units in front of the hill in my base, so that it's gonna be nearer to my defense towers. So more units will come along. I see here that his Seraphim is trying to be annoying on the left hand portion, so I drive it off with the Wasp. The Wasp doesn't really have good DPS, but I think he's valuing his Seraphim so that it doesn't die. So he tries to annoy me with that Seraphim on top of the hill, but it was easily pushed back since I already have a chameleon and a bunch of porcupines to push it back. So we see a vertex fly and then die, and then I just turn on that chameleon to hide my units. So he tries to make the Seraphim come up the hill, but with the number of porcupines waiting for him, it's easily pushed back. As you can see, my mammoth is doing consistent damage on that bunker, and we also saw that the Solaris was out as well, and it was easily pushed back with the units that were positioned up the hill. So gaining control of the hill is key to this map, and as you can see, that was a reckless move to have the Seraphim go up the hill, knowing that there are a ton of anti-air units waiting for it. So boom goes that bunker from the mammoth artillery shells. So I proceed to collect this big container here again on the upper right hand portion, and then do a flyby with the Hawk to see what he currently has. So I'm a bit greedy on this game. I actually produced around 10 supply centers, so that when I gold boost the resource production, it's gonna be a massive boost in resources. As you can see, the mammoths continue to fire artillery shells to those static defenses and are easily getting picked off. So he tries to come up with Zeus, Solaris, Seraphim, but I already have a Leviathan waiting for him, and I drop a nuke in front of those Zeuses. So as you can see, it caused a lot of damage to those tier 3 Confederation tanks. Because the hill here is pretty much a choke point, I'll be able to control the number of units that he tries to put on top of the hill and damage them or kill them at best before they are able to fire a single shot on my battalion. And sadly, he sees the infantry or the riflemen that was hidden on the lower left portion, and they were killed. I thought he was moving on the lower left hand portion of the map, so I went ahead and engaged him with my units. I had my mammoths positioned at the back, just double tapped on them so that they auto siege, and then just fire away from the units afar from the enemy units. As you can see here, he's trying to converge his units inside that shield generator, and in a pretty bad bombing run since it didn't really hit that much. So Wasp dies because of I had way too much units to control, and it was really fast, so it went ahead in front of the Leviathan. I have my army move up. I had pretty bad positioning on those two chameleons since they were left up in the hill, so I didn't have any other chameleon to back up my units here downhill. Looks like that other chameleon has moved away from the group as well. So I double tapped my Jaguars so that they auto siege when they engage the enemy unit. Looks like the Confederation player is also having problems controlling that shield generator, and I barely have any Jaguars left, so I had to go back. Good thing that the Leviathan is able to dish a ton of damage to those units, so I activate my chameleon and then had my Leviathan pull back, and then I have my Hawks come in to do the cleanup. Since the enemy air defenses were killed by the mammoths, the Hawks are uncontested and are picking off the remainder of the Zeus squadron. So it's important to have balance on a base as well, especially with defenses. I think he wasn't able to scout my base that I built an airfield at the very corner of my base. That's why he wasn't able to prepare any air defenses. So Seraphim here trying to be annoying, but gets picked up by those Hawks. So 4 Hawks did quite a bit of damage to the enemy units. So Cyclones being annoying, trying to hit my mammoths, so I did a gold recovery boost so that my Leviathan would be able to recover quickly. I try to reform a line that will push back those 4 Zeuses. 2 of them badly bruised, So that's gonna be an easy kill for my Leviathan and Mammoths. So here comes the force, not really hitting anything, because my Mammoths were on the left side near one of the air defenses, so they weren't able to kill any of the Mammoths. So I tried to drop a nuclear missile here, and I think I chose the wrong boost, and at the last second the Confederation player was able to activate their gold defense boost, and no buildings were destroyed, none at all. That's a shame, because that's a super weapon, and then it was not able to destroy a single building. That's what happens when an account is maxed out. So I'm still retaining control. I don't know why he put walls in that choke point. If he's trying to choke me, that's not gonna work. It's not really gonna work, given that he won't be able to position his units much better than how I'm positioning my units here. So a good bombing run from the floor. It was able to hit a few units that were in front, and as you can see, those walls are actually hindering him freedom of movement in order to position the Zeus much better to fire at those hidden units. So the Mammoths here, I think, are the champion of this game, given that they've been constantly firing at the enemy at a safe range. And here's a pretty good engagement. Solaris was able to take out the chameleon that was activated just at the edge of the hill, and I had the remainder of my units above the hill. So here comes another bombing run. Solid hit on my units. It killed the activated chameleon, but he still doesn't have that much air defenses. So I sweep in with the Hawks and kill any remaining units of the Confederation player, and I also try to kill the force before they are able to get their bombs ready. So here comes the remainder of my forces that were up the hill. I move my Jaguars downhill now, since it's pretty much clear, or the coast is clear. Not much contest from the Confederation player. So I'm just doing a cleanup on his base now. The Leviathan is also uncontested, just hitting anything that's in range of those 3 cannons. So here comes another nuclear along with the Wasp's ability. So that one hits the buildings, since the Wasp's ability is able to take out a chunk of armor if you get hit from it. So this one, it's just gonna be a cleanup, units moving forward, trying to destroy everything in the Confederation player's base. So the Mammoths are still firing from afar, and any unit that basically comes out to defend the Confederation, or to defend the Confederation player's base, is just getting easily killed, either by the Hawks, the Leviathan, the Mammoths, or the Jaguars. So anti-air was one of the things that the blue player really lacked in this game, and if he was able to contest early my control of the hill, then things could have been different. Could have worked against me. I really love maps where there are hills, since if you are able to gain control of it, it's gonna be easy to deal damage from afar, since your enemy won't be able to immediately flood you with units to attack your squadron. So I ended the match with another Leviathan skill. Um, and there it is. It's a victory. Congratulations on making it the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe button and turn on the notifications for new videos. Good luck out there in the battlefield. Pro-Tah-Zzio out.